Today on BinderDex, we are counting down the top 10 Charizard cards I am watching right now from BinderDex market data. Number 1 stays hidden until the end. This is a watch list and market check for collectors who want to compare raw card evidence across accessible, mid-tier, and premium Charizard cards. Quick setup before the countdown. This is market data, not financial advice. I pulled BinderDex production data for Pokemon raw or near-mint singles, then prioritized fresh raw price evidence, recent raw sold support, movement signals, set age, rarity, image availability, and PSA context where it helps the raw card story. The subject today is exact Charizard. Charmander and Charmeleon are not part of this list. Shared subject cards only count when Charizard is named on the card. And rainbow-style cards are out for this format. Every era is eligible, but each selected card needs a usable image and fresh raw price evidence inside the 30-day window. Question of the day: which Charizard card would you put at number 1 on your own watch list? Drop one card name in the comments and tell me whether you are watching it for the art, the set, the price lane, or the recent sold support. Before the list starts, hit like if this format helps, subscribe for more Pokemon market checks, and comment your own Charizard pick. The pinned question is where I want your number 1. This is exactly why BinderDex exists. You can track raw prices, build watch lists, compare recent movement, and keep your collection value in one place. The same lanes behind this episode are the lanes BinderDex helps you monitor. Free on iPhone or at binderdex.com. Here is the shape of the board. I am starting at number 10 and working toward the strongest story at number 1. For each card, listen for the tier, the raw price, recent sold support, 30-day movement when BinderDex has it, and the reason it made the board. Number 10 is Charizard GX from Sun and Moon promo. This promo sits in the accessible lane with $23 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $5, 40 recent raw sold support items, median $21, PSA 10 context $270, PSA 9 context $62. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 9 is Charizard from base set 2. This holo rare sits in the premium lane with $292 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $53, 42 recent raw sold support items, median $277, PSA 10 context $12,000, PSA 9 context $1,400. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 8 is Charizard from base set Unlimited. This holo rare sits in the premium lane with $381 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $51, 47 recent raw sold support items, median $368, PSA 10 context $30,100, PSA 9 context $3,175. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 7 is Charizard from EX Dragon. This secret rare sits in the premium lane with $358 raw or near mint, 30-day move -$9, 32 recent raw sold support items, median $305, PSA 10 context $9,979, PSA 9 context $1,999. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 6 is Charizard X from Obsidian Flames. This special illustration rare sits in the mid-tier lane with $119 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $28, $57 recent raw sold support items, median $121, PSA 10 context $780, PSA 9 context $157. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Quick pause before the top 5. If this Charizard market check saves you time, hit like, subscribe, and comment the card you would move higher. Now back to the watch list. Number 5 is Charizard X from SV151. This special illustration rare sits in the premium lane with $405 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $44, 45 recent raw sold support items, median $400, PSA 10 context $1,620, PSA 9 context $440. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 4 is M Charizard EX Y Secret from Flashfire. This secret rare sits in the mid-tier lane with $61 raw or near mint, 30-day move plus $27, 31 recent raw sold support items, median $60, PSA 10 context $6,366, PSA 9 context $451. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 3 is Charizard from Skyridge. This secret rare sits in the premium lane with $1,650 raw or near mint. 30-day move, $1,750. 13 recent raw sold support items, median, $1,650. PSA 10 context, $11,846. PSA 9 context, $4,419. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 2 is Charizard from Plasma Storm. This secret rare sits in the premium lane with $495 raw or near mint. 30-day move, -$96. 31 recent raw sold support items, median, $586. PSA 10 context, $37,806. PSA 9 context, $3,683. That mix is why I want it on the board instead of only sorting by price. Number 1 is Charizard Gold Star, Delta species, from EX Dragon Frontiers. This ultra rare sits in the premium lane with $2,901 raw or near mint. 30-day move, -$1,233. 35 recent raw sold support items, median, $3,200. PSA 10 context, $58,723. PSA 9 context, $24,250. For me, this is the strongest watchlist story on today's BinderDex board because the data gives us price, activity, set history, and collector context in one card. Quick recap. This Charizard board spans 1 accessible card, 2 mid-tier cards, and 7 premium cards in the current pack. The point is not that every card is for every collector. It is that active Charizard cards can be compared with fresh, raw evidence, sold support signals, and clear market context. That is today's Charizard watch list. Like, subscribe, and answer the question of the day. Which Charizard card belongs at number 1 for you? And which one would you keep monitoring from the side? I will use the comments to shape future boards. Every number in this episode came from BinderDex Market Tracking. Track raw prices, movement, watch lists, and collection value in BinderDex, free on iPhone or at binderdex.com. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next BinderDex Market Check.